coming to get you, I'm coming to get you like.
Better get rid of your garments. I am the realest villain in the villages. Pillages just for the win like an army. Feel like a win is upon me. Offer to go like I pawned it. She texted me that she wanted Red Dead. I nicknamed that girl got a red head. When I put her the first thing got red head. But to be honest, I am Leon, a Resident Evil. I feel like the Beatles. I'm feeling beyond a life full of lows. I met Shawty shopping at Lowe's and a villain chopping the clothes off. Got villain just chopping the hose off. Ever since I've been chopping the goals off. Man, the Audi I had to just hold on. I'm in Forza like one day I'm going one way on you villains. In your city I'm raiding you niggas. You think it's Luke Kane but it's gamer you feeling. See, life is a game and it's playing you niggas. See, my life the same but I game. Call of Duty on you niggas. I know how to kill it. I know when the opportunity arrives. I'm after that bitch as long as I'm alive. I'm after that hoe as long as she a dime. I'm happy as shit just knowing that it's mine. It's comfortable kinda knowing that it's time.
My pillows is fluffy, they jiggly pop.
See, I'm right, got the bitches, they willing to fuck. But see, I got the vision of vengeance and shit. When I think about life, it's the will like a Smith. So I'm willing my way to the win like I'm BMX. Been slipping like DMX. Man, the devil be lurking the EMS. Full of niggas who gave into the game. Owe it to them not to go and do the same. Owe it to me not to go and move the same. Go and achieve in the booth. Xbox, I'm just like, fuck it, it's like the new parade.
What is going on, junkies? It's Kenshiro. We're back with Culture Junkies Live. Coming with a very special guest, Mr. GamerGad himself, who you hear bouncing that, bumping that beat. What's up, brother?
Gamer!
And we got the super nerd himself, Marcus. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? What's up? That is some dope shit right there.
Really
when I say
man.
Dope shit, I say dope shit.
Right.
And you know I'm a hip hop head.
Yeah, it really is that dope. So, you know, I have to thank GamerGad for agreeing to be on the show with us today. It's an honor to have you on with us today, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys inviting me out. Definitely.
No problem. No problem. It's like I said, it is our honor. Junkies, we are watching you. We're watching you in the chat right now. If you got a question for GamerGad, if you got any comments for GamerGad, put them there in the chat. I will be watching them, and you can ask. But so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Let's do
it. First of all, why don't you tell the junkies a little bit about yourself? Like, who are you? What's your background? What you've been into? What's up with you, man?
Yeah, sure. So I go by the name of GamerGad. The GAD actually stands for, it's actually in the dictionary, it's a verb. It stands for the pursuit of basically entertainment. So, you know, I put it together, GamerGad. I love video games, nerd culture, man. You know, all geek stuff, man. So I decided to turn it into something musical because hip hop is in my background. So, you know, I started, you know, coming up with ways that I could infuse things that happen in my life and things that I enjoy in my life, infuse that with video game references and put it all together, man. And you come and you see what you see now, man. You see what you hear what you hear with the Bowser song that I did, man. Shout out to my producer, Mad Scientist, who worked on that for me, man. So that's what I'm doing, man. I'm just blessed out here. I'm thankful. I'm doing my nerdy shit, man. I'm having a good time doing it.
Bet. So, what era did you grow up in? Like, you know, like where'd your love for everything nerdy kind of begin? Where did it start for you?
So I'm an 80s baby.
Yes, 80s babies. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, shout out to the 80s babies.
That's right.
Yeah, so really, it was from the start, man. Around the time when I first got my console, it was the Super Nintendo. I played NES, but really when the Super Nintendo came out and my mom bought me that Super Nintendo with Super Mario Bros., I was like, I just fell in love from there, man. And from there, I just been, along the way, I just been gaming. Always been into comic books, always been into really anime, you know, Sailor Moon I watched growing up, Captain Planet.
Hey, so did I, man. Ain't no shame.
That's it, yeah.
Ain't no shame.
Yeah, man. And then it followed with, you know, Dragon Ball Z. I'm currently watching Dragon Ball Super, so don't spoil anything for me. I'm working on that. So yeah, Naruto I'm a huge fan of, man. So it's just just from an early age, man, it's just something about it that it just gives you like a release, sort of like, you know, people who go hiking or, you know, people who do different things in their lives. The way that I get away from, like, you know, drama and bills and exes, girlfriends, you know, friends, you know, all that kind of stuff is I play video games, I watch anime, I, you know, read comic books. That's things that I do to get away. So that was my release. That's always been my release.
Where did music start for you? Like, what connected you to music? Like when you were younger, what made you want to start to be an indie rapper?
In one word, it was friends. Because growing up, man, I was a bit sheltered growing up, man. So as far as I kind of missed the whole Biggie and Tupac era, I had to catch up on that afterwards. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I missed everything growing up. My dad was really in the church, so like when I heard Juicy, like I heard it in like the background somewhere. Like we didn't listen to like hip hop stuff in the car. I wasn't really allowed to do that. So when I got of age where I could, man, I had to go backtrack on all that, man. But around the time that I was doing that, I was around maybe, you know, 2021, and you know, like rapping was, I guess, the thing to do. So, you know, I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm with my friends, man. Sure. I don't know how to freestyle. I don't really know much about it, but I mean, it seems kind of fun. So I was just kind of, you know, doing that for a while, man. Me and my homeboys would get up, we would play video games, and we would kind of just like freestyle and just rap or whatever. And, you know, just not knowing what it is, you know, we created a little group for ourselves, but it was nothing really serious at that point. But over time, I just developed a passion for it. And I was like, damn, this is like, you know, actually writing something down, like writing your feelings down and putting it on paper and like putting it on a beat. This is kind of fulfilling. So, you know, it just went from there.
What was your first song? Like what was the first thing that you wanted to write about?
First song was called Change Gonna Come. You know, I rap about everything as it concerns to my life in general, but really, you know, the downside of things really touches my heart a lot. So I got a lot of joints like the bananas joint where, you know, I talk about how if life was different, like the hook goes, if life was a video game, I had $1 million in the bank, I'd be the DK of this rap shit because of villain bananas. And really the concept is like, you know, different things happen in your life, whether you come from a low income family, which I did, or not, you're always going to have issues. You're always going to have problems in your life. So like rap was my way to get away, man. And if it was a video game, then I would be like the shizzit. So the first song was called Change Gonna Come, and that was really just about, you know, trying to make change happen where, you know, my back's already against the wall because I grew up in a low income family. I didn't really have much, you know what I mean? But where you can make a way, you can make a way, man. And if you have the mindset, if you have dreams, only thing you got to do is think of it, man, and think positive, and you can make things happen. So it started off there with a song called Change Gonna Come. By the way, it was terrible. When I look back, when I listen to it today, I'm like, yo, God, like my friends clown me, man, because they keep it on their cell phones like fucking douchebags, man.
Of
They'll
course
be
they
like,
do, man.
exactly. So they like, man, yo, I know you think you dope and all that now, but you remember this?
Remember
I'm
this
like,
remember this back in the day? Yeah, I feel you. Super Nerd, what you got for him, man?
Okay, so you said you started late with listening as far as getting in tune with hip hop. Was it because of where you were at? Like, because I've been down there in the South, and it was, you know, certain stuff don't really pop until, you know, months later. Or was it just, you know, because the internet was, like you said, 21, so internet was popping, so you had to go online to find these artists or whatever, or was it just because the radio wasn't playing them?
well, initially growing up, it was just because I didn't have access to it because, you know, my dad didn't really want it around. So, you know, every now and then when I'm over at a friend's house or something, I'm like, oh, this sounds like something I need to be listening to, but I never had like full access to it. And then when I actually got access to it, I was like full in, man. I went in on Nas. I went in on his Illmatic project, and then Stillmatic. Come on, man. Come
That's
on,
my lyrical
man.
Bible. So Nas influence. So he's your influence then, right?
Definitely Nas and Jay-Z, man. Nas and Jay-Z. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. One Mic. I used to listen to One Mic literally on repeat all day. I had to those little nuances that
right.
Yeah, it was like, yo, this man, I don't know what he's saying, but when I figure it out, I know it's dope. I know it's dope. So definitely Nas, Jay-Z, the old T.I. when he was first coming up and he was like real grimy and really like, I used to listen to him all the time too, man. And it just turned into something magical, man.
That's good.
Hey, bet. So run this by me. Who you think is okay? Who's the best lyricist in the game? Because we know there's a difference between being a good entertainer, a good rapper, but who's the best lyricist in the game right now versus who's the best rapper in the game right now?
All right, we're gonna have this debate.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh man, best lyricist in the game. I used to be heavy in the Lupe. He fell off.
I don't want to talk about that dude.
Yeah, I don't know what he let society get to him, man. He let society get to him.
He let us down because big time he let us down. But
definitely the Cool is still one of my favorite projects to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it was way ahead of its time, man. He was on something that no one even like was thinking about at the time, man. He would get all these like cosigns from like different artists, like, yeah, this guy's the truth. Yeah, this guy's the truth. But I guess since the majority of the population didn't really
get it,
gravitate towards him, that he decided to do it. Whatever he's doing now, I don't even know what he's doing now.
He's he plays Street Fighter 5. Apparently, he goes in competitions. Apparently,
well, that's cool.
Whatever. That's cool. Man. Look, man, let me tell you something.
Album.
Let me tell you something right now, okay? That farce that they put on where he was fighting Daigo and man, come on. Daigo would have mopped the floor with my man. Daigo got paid to let Lupe win. I kid you not. You could tell. You could tell just if you watching the video. You can tell Lupe was getting away with stuff that normal dudes Daigo would eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was.
And I didn't know he was a gamer like that. I mean, because I know he might said a few references, but he was straight up like, I'm doing competitions from now on type of shit. I was like, okay, Lupe, yeah, I highly doubt that, sir. But what you want to do, brother?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you've made enough money in your career, I mean, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but you still ain't answered the question. Who the best now? We're not talking. We're not talking. Who was your favorite? You trying to dodge questions? I ain't letting that slide. You trying to dodge? No. Who is the best?
Yeah, I try to dodge that, man.
Yeah, no, man, no. Who's the best right now?
Come on, man. Best lyricist right now? Probably M. Still. Probably M.
SuperNerd disagrees. SuperNerd disagrees.
No. Here's the thing, though. Eminem, was my favorite. He still do a little freestyles from here and then. He changed his style over the years. Of course, you got to do certain things, grow up, and not do drugs anymore. I'm not saying go back to doing drugs, but the way he delivered his bars was crazy. Like, he don't even say half the stuff he say anymore. He might say it, but it's more mild.
I agree.
Like, if you go back, I'm talking about underground shit back when he was with Outsiders.
And
you hear that stuff that he was saying, I'm like, Eminem was killing it. You can say whatever you want to say about Eminem. Like, those bars that got where he's at today made him who he was. Don't get me wrong, he's still nice, but I just wish he just, take it back. Like, fuck trying to be successful with your commercial albums. throw that shit for the underground like you used to. That's where you came from.
Well,
You know?
look,
Well,
it
he
really
not-
ain't no different whether it's Eminem. It happens to everybody. Cause like Cube was the same way when he was hard as hell in NWA, and then he was still hard as hell when he was a solo artist. And then after he started acting, after he got some money, then it softened up, and he wasn't about that. That's why all them rumors started to come up saying, "Hey man, he ain't about that street life no more." You know, he's soft. You know, they say the same shit about Ice-T because you know he married to Coco and all this kind of stuff. But hey man, the streets never leave you. I don't care. I don't care what you say. The streets never leave you.
Definitely, man. And hey, M still got it, man.
I'm not saying he don't got it. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but like when I hear like him on like some of Tech Nine stuff like this, I think he was on the Speed'em joint with Tech Nine, and then he's on the Dre project. He did the Medicine Man joint.
Mm-hmm.
The way he switches his flow patterns up, man, is still, in my opinion, today is still unmatched, man. In my opinion. Now his solo music, I feel you on that, but just as far as lyrical ability, there's no one touching him, man. In my opinion.
I feel you definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Like, I mean, I guess I kind of, don't really listen to hip hop like I used to. I mean, I still listen. I still catch ears and who's out there like Joey Badass and those cats from the Beast Coast, Flatbush Zombies. I still keep my ear to the ground, but it doesn't excite me like it used to.
Right.
Like 98, 99, 2000. Hip hop couldn't get any better for me. Like that's how I felt like that dope. But
I agree.
Like you said, times changes, things get older.
Definitely. And I think part of the allure back then was like everyone kind of like hated each other. It wasn't like sort of like how the NBA is now, man. Everybody want to buddy up and be on teams together and all that type of stuff. It's the same thing with rap music now, like except for your few instances like when J. Cole came out, and when Kendrick came out, like talking jug about people. But other than that, pretty much everybody is like, oh, we're all tight. So the music is different than it was back then. That was more like it was more aggressive back then because it was kind of like I don't care who this whoever, I don't care who they are. If they're not on my squad right now, you could just I don't care. So it's different, man. It's more exciting.
I hope you didn't think I was gonna let you skate. Who's the best rapper in the game right now? Come on now.
Oh man, define rapper.
All right.
Okay. Rapper.
All right. Okay. Let's say he may not be the best lyricist, right? But as far as like putting together the best. How can I put it? He got the dopest beat. I mean, the best rapper might be like a collaboration of the best team, right? So you got a real dope beat, you got a really nice flow, and you got some pretty dope lyrics. You might not hit on all three, but if you have a good combination of the three, you probably could be sent to the top of the game. So we already said Eminem, even though Eminem isn't really like I wouldn't say active right now. You got J. Cole. I ain't even gonna say I don't even gonna say Yeezy because man, he ain't nowhere near the same like he used to be. So who the best rapper in the game right now? Like straight up.
Best rapper, I mean, I guess you gotta go with Drake then. If we're just talking about like song quality and like putting songs together and how they sound, you gotta go with like dude has like more number one like songs than probably anybody ever that's like rapped ever. So it's like as far as just like being a rapper and being an entertainer and like putting music together, you probably got to go with Drake. Lyricist category, then we talk about like J. Cole, M, Kendrick, you know what I mean, J Electronica, people like that. But
you say J Electronica. Okay. No, I do rock with him, but I was upset with him when he came to Detroit and did a show. He did his one song, and his whole set he was telling stories. I'm like, bruh, put on another beat or something, freestyle or something. He telling stories about. I mean, don't get me wrong, He been in Detroit. He knows Slum Village and the whole, Dilla people, whatnot. Dilla. But I'm like, fam, do a
You
track,
know
do
why he
something.
did that though? You know why he did that? They ain't cash. The check ain't cash. That's that's why he was up there telling stories the whole time. He only got paid for one song.
Apparently, he must have. But that's the only song I know of. So, but enough about that guy. So as far as video games go, what are you currently playing?
Currently, I am playing Skyrim, the remastered version, the definitive version. So yeah, I never got to play the DLC when I originally played the game because I got a thing against like DLC, but we can get into that. But paid DLC, that is. But yeah, I am currently playing Skyrim. I'm like 100 hours in and still no close to being finished. So
that game's endless.
I'm with it. So that's what I'm playing right now, man. I honestly, the Neo joint that just came out, and the I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but the new joint on from the creators of Ninja Gaiden. I think it's called
Neo. Yes, Neo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Neo, and the Heavenly Sword joint that's coming out soon.
Oh, you talk. Oh, so okay. So basically, GamerGad is a PS4 gamer. That's
no.
I'm not gonna knock you, man, if you are, because I am too.
No. Let's back it up. Back it up. All right. So I'm an OG Nintendo gamer.
All right.
Probably since Xbox came out, I've been like a low key Xbox fanboy, but I'm also not a hater. I like games. I like games that are good. So no matter what system they come on, I just like games. So as far as what I'm playing right now, I play my Xbox most of the time just because I like it for entertainment purposes. It's just an all around better package to me. And before 2017, really, I mean, there wasn't many games that like PlayStation had to offer like that I wanted to play. Like you had Xbox came out with Sunset Overdrive was amazing. Then you had the new Gears that came out. You had Halo. You know what I mean? They did the Gears remastered. They was just kind of hitting them. You had the original Titanfall that was exclusive on Xbox. So it was just like they was just hitting them, man. And I'm a first person shooter guy. I mean, I like RPGs and things like that, but I'm a first person shooter guy. So I mean, really can't go wrong with Xbox. But with that being said, Neo and this new game that PlayStation just came out with, they look
Horizon.
Yeah. Horizon. I said Heavenly Sword. Horizon. Those look damn good, and they got pretty good reviews on IGN and on GameStop. So I'm like, it may be worth it to maybe pick those up and go back because I never played really Uncharted. I've never played the new Uncharted. I've never played that. I didn't get to play The Last of Us, so it may be worth it to pick it up, man, and check those things out.
But you should get Tomb Raider for Xbox One, though.
Oh man, I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan. Whew.
Dude. Get that Rise of the Tomb Raider and what's the second one called?
That's the second one. The first one was
There's Tomb Raider and then Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay, yeah, get both of those. Like when I tell you fun, that's probably the funnest I ever played a Tomb Raider game in my entire life.
This ain't no word, man. Come on,
it's not a word. I made it up. Hey, I'm SuperNerd Plus. I can make up shit.
hey, I'm with you on that, man. I'm excited to see what comes next in that Tomb Raider saga, man. I am a huge fan of the reboots. A huge fan. Matter of fact, I've beat the first Tomb Raider. I probably beat it like 3 or 4 times, man. It's sitting on my Xbox right now. I think they did it like it was like one of the games with gold 1 month or something like that. So it's on there, man. I'm a huge fan of those games, and like exploration games like that have action in it. I'm into. That's why I'm into like RPGs a lot, just because like games like that you get more bang for your buck. Where I like first person shooters, but unless you're really playing online like that, I mean the campaign's what, like 5-6 hours on like, on FPSs that they come out with nowadays. So it's like if I'm gonna spend $60 and I'm not really into multiplayer, which I am, but if I'm not even, I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. With Call of Duty, Battlefield, things like that, what you're gonna get. But as far as new IPs and things of that nature, if I'm gonna spend like $60 and I get like a black campaign like EA came out with that game, then I'm kind of disappointed. So that's why I go the route of RPGs a lot of times when buying games.
Okay. Hey, all right, now look. Speaking of RPGs, and I know we started talking about video games and stuff like that. One of the things that we were going to do is we were going to try and come up with since you're in the music, what's the top? Let's try and come up with a consensus top 5 game original soundtracks. Like you listen to game music, obviously. So what's been some of the best game music that you had attached to a game like ever? If you had not talking serious, just an individual game.
Come on, man, you got to go with the original Final Fantasy.
The original Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy 1, in all its big glory.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that? You see how he said?
I'm not gonna disagree, but if you're gonna say
the original,
okay. Right? He did the original, like
Final Fantasy. I mean, are
really
we talking
good.
like we saying Final Fantasy 1? Are we talking Final Fantasy 7? We talking Final Fantasy 13? I mean, what? Which one?
I like Final Fantasy 7 soundtrack too, but the original is the one with Arctic Circle and what else came on there? The Pools.
Okay.
That's on the original Final Fantasy, right?
Okay. All right. I'm not going to hey, you the guest, you want to say what you want, go ahead. Okay. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to say it's a bad choice or anything like that, but okay.
But it sounds like it.
No.
That's exactly what he said.
That's not what it's. No, for real, it's not like that. Okay. All right. So
he backtracking like a
I'm
mug.
not backtracking, man. I am not backtracking, dog. I am not backtracking. No, man. All right, look. All right, bet. So
I'm keeping my opinions to myself, man. You don't like my soundtrack?
No, dog. No, I'm serious. No, I'm straight. No, one of my favorites, obviously, because I love bass and I love really dope beats. I got two. Like one would definitely be Rez. Rez was a damn good video game soundtrack. Remember on the original PlayStation, the Ghost in the Shell soundtrack was bad as hell.
Okay.
If you never played the original Ghost in the Shell, just for the music alone, just dog. The intro music. In fact, I'm gonna load it up. I'm gonna play that boy. So stand back. I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna play that boy. SuperNerd.
While you doing that shit?
Yeah, SuperNerd.
My favorite is the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack.
Streets of Rage 2.
Yes, yes, that shit still bangs all the time. I play that shit like it's a.
What y'all think about the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack?
I'm not gonna knock Kingdom Hearts because actually I love a lot of the symphonic suites that they come up with for
That's some good shit.
Yeah, some really good shit. Like what was one of my favorite tracks off there? Dearly Beloved is actually really, really dope. I love Dearly Beloved. And there was another one that there's some really good one. Tetsuya Nomura, who did the soundtrack, actually is very good, very talented. I like a lot of his stuff. So definitely I do like the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. By extension, I also love the Final Fantasy 13 soundtracks. In fact, I've got all of them. Like literally, I've got all of them in my Google Play. Like I have them. I had them in my iTunes, and when I switched over to Google Play, I uploaded them boys, and I listened to them. Like that's probably like some of the heaviest listened to albums that I've got. Like literally, you can sit back and just chill, and it's like good music. You could just lose yourself into it.
So
Definitely.
Hold on. Do you play fighting games, GamerGad?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
So we had to get online.
What's up?
And you know what I'm saying?
What do you play?
I got Xbox One. I ain't going front. I got Xbox One, but there's no problem. I get a PS4. Get Street Fighter 5 action going down. because we do fight nights like every month. Culture Junkies crew. We're doing one soon, so get your information. We can play online real quick.
Hey, I'm with that,
We
man.
do it.
With
We do it live too.
hey, I'm with that, man. And really one of my favorite fighting games, probably of all time, is Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Ooh, what?
And you know they come
Now
out.
see,
They
now
come
see,
out, have they come out with
see.
the,
Wait,
have
he
they come
messed
out
up.
with the Xbox One version yet?
All right, bet. Now listen.
You said what?
Here's Game of Thrones. I mean, here's Ghost in the Shell is playing in the background. You should be able to hear it a little bit.
Hold on, wait. Here's the thing, though. Let's talk about this Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I thought you were gonna say
if
2.
Said 2. If he said 2, we be on to something. But he said 3. Anyway, go ahead and defend yourself.
It's all good. No, it's all good.
So you're not a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Okay, here's my problem with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, right? My problem with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is they took almost all of the skill out of that game and made it so easy for everybody. Like, they tried to even the playing field, and they made it so it was less of a technical fighter and more of a, I don't want to say it's a complete button masher, but let's just say it's dumbed down to the point where you had kids in Evo bodying professionals, dog. That should never happen. That shouldn't happen. Period. When they first had Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Evo, we had kids like as of the age of 9. The game just came out and they were bodying pros. That should not happen.
Here's the thing, though, with fighting games in general, there's gonna be a certain level of like button mashing going on.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that's just a Marvel vs. Capcom thing. Like when I was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I was mashing buttons and pulling off all types of shit. So I don't think it's necessarily Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because if you're really like that in the game, you shouldn't be getting beat by no beginners, no matter like how much of a button masher it is. Just because the combos that you're gonna be able to pull off, like, is just gonna be a little different. Same thing with with Mortal Kombat 10 or like Killer Instinct, anything like that, man. There's always gonna be that like beginner's luck factor where someone gets on and just pressing buttons and just gets lucky or whatever. I don't know if the percentage of that is greater on Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but I love that damn game, man.
Okay, all right.
No
I mean,
doubt,
I'm not going. I loved it too in the beginning. I'm not going to front. I loved it too in the beginning, but as it,
one of them 9-year-olds beat that ass. That's what happened.
Nah, bro. It was not. It was nothing like that. It was just to me. It was too easy. It was like when there was no technical skill. Like if you weren't going to put like you're all into this game. Like okay, okay. The pinnacle fighting game to me is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Okay.
Just because from a technical standpoint, if you were really good and you learned how to parry and stuff like that, no one could beat you. Like I still remember that Evo moment 38 where it was Justin Wong versus Daigo, and let's see, Justin Wong had Chun-Li and Daigo had Ken. Ken had like this much energy left, right? Like it was like very, very little. And you usually when you see a super coming, even just from chip damage, you're done, right?
Right.
Daigo parried every single kick that Chun-Li put on the super, came back with his own and beat him. I was like, dog, that to me that makes it one of the best fighting games of all time, because like literally it separates, for lack of a better word, the men from the boys. So when you got something like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and makes it so easy and so accessible to everybody, I was just like, I'm bored with it, because it's like, there's no real way to say, okay, you are really better than this guy. Like if it's not just luck, it's like mostly luck. It's not just luck beating you. It's the game is helping this person along, giving you a handicap. So that's
but
my
the thing is, fighting games in general is about competition anyway. So it's
True.
like battle rapping. You gotta show your skill set. That hunger. You gotta train. You gotta practice on the character you using. Same thing. You battle rapping. You gotta harness your skill and perfect your flow. Those coincide.
Right. All right. So here's Ghost in the Shell. I'm gonna play a little bit for you. Hopefully you can hear in the background. and let's keep rapping about some game soundtracks, and then we'll pivot into some other pertinent stuff from today. So
Okay.
here's a little bit of Ghost in the Shell if you can hear the beat in the background. I'll turn it up a little bit so you can, if it's not coming through for you.
I can hear it.
Look at this dude.
Like, I feel like the dude in Blade 2 that was dancing like this in the club. He was gigging though.
And this is just the first track in the game. I'm like, literally, there's way more than this, but the beat is just so dope. It's just like even when every time I loaded up the game, I would watch the intro to the game just for this song because it was just so dope.
Sound like something I need to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just
Anyway, all right, so let's pivot the show. Let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff today. You said you're an old school Nintendo guy, and obviously Nintendo is getting ready to come out with the Nintendo Switch. What you think of the Nintendo Switch, and is Nintendo going to finally recapture that glory, or is it pretty much just done for them?
It's done for them.
Why?
It's definitely done for them, but it's exciting what they do, man. It's exciting what they do, and it's really, they've just become like, I hate to say this, but they're just a gimmick company nowadays.
My man.
Yeah.
My man. Yes.
That's basically what it is, man. And this is from like a diehard Nintendo guy. Like, I grew up on like Mario, Donkey Kong, like the 007, GoldenEye. Come on, man. Like, they've always really like try to like push the limit in terms of like how exciting or how like gimmicky I can make the console. But it was back then it was more to go by, you know what I mean? Like nowadays, like with Wii, you totally flipped the switch on me. Like I have, for hardcore gamers, it's like, why would I buy the system?
Mm-hmm.
Which, from a business standpoint, it worked. Which, I mean, you know, as a company, you got to
casual market for sure. Absolutely,
definitely. But it just completely like third-party support gone. Like your hardcore gamers completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come out with the Wii U thinking, okay, we're gonna do this again because it worked, and then that completely backfired on you. Now you're really gone, and then Switch comes out, which is like, okay, damn, this sounds like a good idea. A console where you can play it at home, you can take it on the road with you. Like on paper, it sounds like a dream come true on paper. But then you look at things like the fact that one game takes up the whole memory on the system, or I'm already paying $300 for it in the first place. Then you look at it competing with, you know, Xbox coming out with Project Scorpio this year, and with the PS Pro out now. You look at it competing with things like that, which that wasn't really Nintendo's. That wasn't really their aim to compete with, you know, more powerful consoles. But still, in a world where, you know, the memes are going to be through the roof when you see some of these games that like are releases, as far as now they have third-party support, but games like FIFA that are going to look like crazy better on the Project Scorpio and PS Pro, which cool, I could play it on my Switch, but why would I? And then you look at things like the launch lineup where Zelda looks freaking amazing, and I kind of just want to buy the system just for Zelda.
I can't justify that. I'm sorry. I cannot justify that because I did the same thing with the Wii and Twilight Princess. I was in love with Twilight Princess when that GameCube sizzle reel came out. I was like, oh my god, that is going to be incredible. And then the Wii came out, and it was like, okay, well, where's the other stuff? Like, dog, I was dying. I was waiting for a Metroid game, and I never got it. I was so mad.
And that's the thing.
Mad.
We've been waiting for Metroid for years. Like, you forgot all your older properties.
Where is Metro?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bullshit. They did.
Yeah.
Look, they could bring back some of the old property, like even Ghosts and Ghouls. Like, you know, bring that back and refurbish that. Make
honestly,
it cool.
I thought they tried, but that was more of a Capcom thing anyway. So you had so they did Maximo, and Maximo I guess was kind of like a spiritual successor to Ghosts and Goblins. But anyway, Nintendo
Ghosts and Goblins,
kind of fell off or whatever, right? Okay, so let's get into some other stuff that's kind of pertinent. So I have to ask this question just because it is literally the horse that's been to the glue factory, been reborn, gone back to the glue factory, been reborn, gone back to the glue factory again, and finally stripped down for horseshoes, and them bitches is still running. What you think about the DC Universe films and Batman vs Superman, man? Go ahead.
All right, man. I don't even know how to say this without hurting anyone's feelings.
It's been
Ben Affleck gotta go, man. First thing we gotta do with DC Comics, if you're listening, Ben Affleck, you gotta get him the fuck out of there, man. Whatever you gotta do to get Christian Bale, what's his name?
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. You gotta get him back. You gotta get Zack Snyder back. That's first and foremost.
Get him out of here.
Go ahead.
You mean must mean what's his name? Christopher Nolan. Don't take him around Sean. Don't take him around Sean.
Christopher Nolan, that's his name. You got to bring him back first of all. And as far as I'm concerned, the Justice League movie, trash that now. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, I agree.
Have you seen the trailer? Yeah. I am so not interested, man. And then they had me. They kind of like teased what could be with Man of Steel, man. Because I don't know about y'all, but Man of Steel was like a good story.
I love it,
okay.
Man. I love it.
Like since it was because that was the first thing that they came out with since the Dark Knight movies. And when you saw that, it was like, I like where they're going with this. And then they come out with Batman vs Superman, and you're like,
and they shot the bed.
As Megan Sean would say, why is Batman old?
Why is Batman old?
Why is Batman old?
Exactly.
Man, we beat that to death. I just wanted to get your feeling about it. Now, we've heard that the Wonder Woman movie is supposedly really good, but
Wonder Woman looks badass.
Wonder Woman looks what? She looks what?
That Wonder Woman movie looks badass though.
It does, and I swear I hope that Wonder Woman is really as good as some of these early reviews are saying, but I have to take it with a grain of salt because these same early reviews said Suicide Squad was good, said Batman vs Superman was good. I'm not holding my breath, man. I'm sorry. I gotta wait to see it for myself or the actual critics because I don't trust these early reviews, man. They be cherry picking people that's basically gonna give them good reviews. I can't do it.
Well, we not. Please don't let us talk about Suicide Squad.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Will Smith is the same person in every movie. Stop putting him in superhero.
Please.
Bump all that. Did you see Justice League Dark?
Come on, man.
Oh, brother.
What'd you think?
Man, that was some good shit. But
here's the thing, man. Like DC, I don't know if they're like communicating. Like I don't know if they're like, I don't know how they got their business set up. Where like Marvel. They're really like they actually go out there and they're a part of the films that are like a part of their culture. You know what I mean? So like when a Avengers movie come out or something like that, there's more support than just like these directors who may or may not even have grown up on like, comic books and things like that. So like, I'm not sure how DC is handling their business that way. I don't know if they're actually a part of like the shooting process and the directing process and the script writing process when like these movies are being made. But like Suicide Squad, and then the guy that played Joker, what's his name?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that Joker? By the way.
I think his mic went out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
your
you
mic
mute your
went
mic,
out, man.
bruh.
Your mic went out. You don't have to unmute your mic. I don't know what happened.
Okay. What'd you say, man?
Yeah, I was saying, what did you think of that Joker? Of Jared Leto as a Joker?
I actually like him as a Joker. I like him as a Joker, and I like the look of the character. And before the movie came out, you know, I saw the purple Lamborghini video with
Rick Ross.
And I was like, man, I'm excited about the movie. But then it was like they watered him down in the movie, and it was like, according to him, they shot like crazy more scenes, and the way they pitched it to him, it was supposed to be like a totally different movie. And then imagine how he feels when he gets to the premiere and he's like, yo,
that ain't my shit.
Right. I ain't claiming that. Don't put my name on that. I ain't claiming that. Right.
That's like you doing a song for a major artist, and then they cut your shit from the fucking record. Like, yo,
yeah,
I'm supposed to be in the video shoot. You done took my shit off.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was upset, man. I died laughing when I read about that, man. I could just imagine his face, like in the premiere. You know, he got like his girl with him. He been hyping his family up for the movie, and then you see it, and he like, oh shit.
Right.
What the hell did they do?
Right. All right. So to switch to some Marvel news real quick, you know, before we start running out of time, to switch to some Marvel news, I don't know, obviously I don't know if you heard SuperNerd, but I know you read the Inhumans, right? You read the Inhumans, right? You and the Inhumans.
I don't fucking like the Inhumans.
Right. You said you don't like the Inhumans, right? Well, anyway, so they cast. Okay, how about you ain't watched Game of Thrones, have you?
I have not seen Game of Thrones. Shut
Man,
up! Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
You slipping for real.
I know.
You slipping for
Are
real.
you serious?
Anyway,
I'm sorry. Don't judge me.
All right. So anyway, so in the Inhumans, you know, the Inhumans is the Inhuman royal family. You got Black Bolt, you got Medusa, you got Karnak, you got Gorgon, was it Triton? But you also have Black Bolt's
Karnak
brother.
is whack. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I'm not going there with you. I'm not going there with you.
No,
I'm not going there with you.
Karnak
Shut up. I'm not going there with
for
you.
a living.
So anyway, let me get to what I was gonna say. All right, look. So the last member of the Inhuman royal family is Black Bolt's brother Maximus. Crazy mad genius guy, right? So who does Marvel get to play Maximus in the Inhuman series? They get Ramsay Bolton. Now, you haven't seen Game of Thrones, but Ramsay Bolton, that is a bastard. That dude is ridiculous, man. Let me tell you, it's like perfect casting, dog. I kid you not. You get caught up to Game of Thrones, and you see him act as Ramsay Bolton, and how much of an asshole, and how much of a bastard he is. You can be like, okay, yeah, this is dope. I like this for real. What you think, GamerGad?
Ramsay. First of all, he's one of my favorite characters on Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
hate him, but you know, on screen, man, he does his thing, man, and he plays that role to perfection.
Yes, he does.
I'm still up in the air about the Inhumans movie, man. I mean, you really can't go wrong with anything Marvel's doing right now, especially like how they're building relationships with Netflix right now, and they got the whole Jessica Jones and Daredevil and the Punisher's coming out, and the Iron Fist looks amazing. Luke Cage. Yeah, so you really can't go wrong with anything they're doing right now. So I don't know if I should say I'm worried or not, because everything they're touching these days is turning gold. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what happens. But
speaking on comics, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Speaking on comics, I know you say you read comics. Do you still currently collect comic books? And if you are, what are you reading?
Man, don't make me go get my comic book collection, man.
We can wait.
Yo, hold on 1 second.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Yes.
All right, bet.
Hey, long as it like Mike Bison and never comes back.
Yeah, he go and find. I mean, dude, we still ain't seen Mike Bison. I think he's still looking for that damn controller, man.
I know, right?
So these are a list of. So basically, I don't know if y'all heard of Nerd Block.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like basically, yeah, you pay like a fee or whatever, and basically they send you like comic books every month. So
Nice.
this is my list of comics that I haven't read yet, but I will be soon.
I'm right with you.
Boom.
Ooh, okay, you're a Valiant fan. Okay,
Uh-huh. Boom. I don't
Vikings.
know.
nice.
Vikings. Okay.
Vikings, nice.
Supergirl. Hey, I'm on Supergirl now too, man. I haven't seen the have you guys seen the show?
Yeah, I have. I've seen the show. It's got its pluses. It's definitely got its minuses. But as far as like a Superman treatment, it's got a little bit better. It's kind of like over the top, cheesy a little bit. So as far as like the DC TV shows, it's probably it might be the weakest. It might be the weakest of the four. So
okay. Well, I'm into the rebirths now, man. So like the Harley Quinn rebirth. What do y'all think about them like doing the characters over though, man? That's what I want to know.
okay. Since you asked, and I'm glad you asked that question. Okay, I myself have finally just caught up to the rebirth stuff. Now we can talk about the New 52 at length and all the problems that it had. It started out promising, but I think they just changed. They got away from the essence of what made the core characters, do so well. But they also kind of really fucked up the timeline, I guess. How in the fuck can Batman have 5 Robins in the span of 12 years? That just didn't seem to work. It just didn't seem to work. Hey, cool Troy, how you doing? Thanks for checking in over there on Twitch. So the New 52, it had a lot of problems. There were some things that I really liked about the New 52, but I think overall, it just didn't work. Now, them doing Rebirth and kind of like reintroducing some of the stuff, the pre-Flashpoint stuff that made me such a huge fan of DC, I'm loving it. I love it. I think one of the best books I'm reading right now out of the DC stable, it might end up being Detective Comics. I really love Detective Comics, but I love what else is really good in Rebirth that I'm reading right now that I can't wait to read. The Batman solo book isn't that good. Superman, I think, is really good, at least as far as Action Comics goes, because you got the pre-Flashpoint Superman. He's back. Still married to Lois. They got their kid. Then you also have this Clark Kent that showed up. You don't know who the hell he is. Then you got Lex Luthor trying to be Superman, and they have this, I don't know, this tentative partnership. I'm just starting with Rebirth, so I'm not that far into it, but I'm liking what I'm reading so
I'm
far,
not.
honestly. Go ahead, SuperNerd.
I'm not.
You're not. Why?
I'm just saying, like, because man, like, I said this from the beginning. Like when DC bought out Wildstorm, they tried to use some of the characters, but they didn't do justice. What I wanted to see was I want to see different characters from Wildstorm intermingling with the other DC characters. Like it's like 30 books of Superman, 30 books of Batman, like and Flash and Aquaman. All, like what the other characters at? Like show the question is dope.
Look, man, the market dictates what books come out. So honestly, if Wildstorm isn't doing the numbers, they can't justify publishing their books. Now,
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you could take a grifter, you could take a certain character and intermingle and put them in the Justice League and make a whole different Justice League
team.
They did
that for a while. In the New 52,
they did it for a while. Exactly, and they didn't do what they're supposed to do. And how you gonna? I know they try to buy out the company to like destroy a company, whatever. But at the same time, like I don't want to like even for Marvel, they do the same thing. Got 30 fucking X-Men books. I'm like, I don't want to read all that shit.
They going crazy with Spider-Man, dog. Really, they got way too
many
Spider-Man books. They got, so I feel you.
That's why I stick to Image. Image been putting out the greatest shit. Image and Valiant.
Yeah.
Cut the checks. Image and Valiant been cutting shit for the past 5 years. They've been blowing up. Everything I buy, my whole comic collection right now is Image Comics. I'm looking at it right now on the floor. My girlfriend's probably getting mad at me because she know I got comic books all over the floor. So you know, I just bought a bunch of books. I don't even fucking put them up yet. But yeah, like Image has been doing the greatest shit. I've been fucking with them, other small print comic books. Like I might pick up certain shit from Marvel and DC that I might want to read. Other than that, it's all about Image right now and Valiant. You know, they putting out better quality. I ain't gotta buy fucking 30 books for a tie-in. I'm through with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about business. At the end of the day,
True.
so that's what's selling these days, man. So it's like Keenan said. I mean, it kind of is what it is, man. The market kind of dictates what comes out and what doesn't. And I mean, if people buy 30 Spider-Man comic books, then they're gonna print 30 more. So it's like
true.
It is what it is.
All right, so bet. So, all right, let's tackle this question since we got you on, and you're obviously a comic book fan. You read Marvel and DC, right? So, Cedric Houseover is on YouTube. He's watching us on YouTube right now, and he said, "What do y'all think about people complaining about Marvel and new characters basically taking legacy mantles, like saying like Miss Marvel is Muslim, is a Middle Eastern Muslim girl." You've got who else has been? You got Miles Morales as Spider-Man. You got Jane Foster being a woman, being Thor. What do you think about the way Marvel is diversifying their characters? You feel like it's gimmicky? Would you rather them make new characters? What do you think?
I mean, I may be biased towards liking what they're doing now, just because us being like African Americans, like diversity is like a good thing. So anytime you see that, whether it's, as far as nationalities or just, different characters being different races or sexuality being different, whatever the case may be, diversity is always a good thing, man. That's why I like video games. Like if you notice, like the new Andromeda, like the main character is like a woman, like one of the main characters is like a woman, or like the Assassin's Creed games that are diversifying things, and things like Crackdown, like the main character is like a black guy. But so diversity, I feel like, is a good thing in both like the comic book world and the video game world. But at the same time, it's like don't try to fix what isn't broken. Like we already like what we're seeing already. So like I guess they felt like it was time to like rebrand things, but I don't think it was needed.
Right.
You don't think it's needed, really? Like because honestly, before a lot of these things were happening, there was a lack of minority characters in both of the companies. There were like spotty. There was a few, but now we got an Asian Hulk. Bruce Banner has been killed, which honestly, I that really pissed me off. I didn't like that. You've got an Asian Hulk. You've got a black Hispanic Power Man. You've got who else is minority character now? I'm drawing a blank. Who else is a minority character? But in any case, and there was that hubbub, right? Going back to, I think we talked about it before on the show, but you weren't here, obviously. But we talked about all the hubbub about them saying, make Iron Fist for the TV show, make him Asian. And I said, no, if you make him Asian, it loses something. Yes, the character may be about cultural appropriation, but it's more than that. When you lose Danny Rand being a rich, white kid, basically ripped from what's familiar to him, being rich, being white, having the affluence. You put him in, a mystical city where he's literally the complete outsider. He's out of his element. There's nothing but Asians around. He's treated like a dog or something like that. But he gets taken in by Lei Kung the Thunderer and gets brought up. And then when he returns to Earth, now he doesn't fit in with what he was used to. So now he'd rather be with the minorities. It's kind of like a fish out of water type thing. And so what's your response to that? I mean, do you think?
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like when they're doing it, my question is, what's the reason? What's the reasoning behind it? If you're gonna do it to make it an overall better comic or an overall better movie or whatever the case may be, then I'm all for that. But if you're just doing it just because you're like, hey, well, this law passed, or hey, diversity is kind of in now, so maybe we should do it this way, then it's subjective. It's like, if you're doing it for the right reasons, then I'm all for it. But if it's gonna hurt the image that particular comic has for itself, then I mean it's like, why do it?
True. But at the same time, it's like, I don't really have a problem with it. It's cool to see a female character portraying this character, or a different ethnicity playing this character. I'm all for it. Why not do it? But I mean, it's just a name. Like, of course, Miss Marvel was her name. Now she's Captain Marvel. It's a name. She's still the same person we still enjoy, which I hate her costume, though. I hate Captain Marvel's costume.
Okay.
I hate Carol Danvers' costume. Anyway, to me, it's just a name, and that name is, good for what's her name, the new Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's good for her because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. It makes sense.
Right.
Because I'm sure her Carol Danvers' ranks went higher, so she became Captain Marvel.
Right.
Right.
As far as Spider-Man being Miles Morales, I mean, it was an alternate universe. Parker got killed.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. I mean, who else gonna take the mantle? I mean,
Right.
why not have that? I mean, I don't think they did it on any reason. They said, hey, plus Brian Michael Bendis has mixed children, or he has black kids, I think.
Oh, really?
So
did not know that.
Yeah, he has black kids. Yeah.
Okay.
I follow him on Instagram, and I see it, and I think I talked to him a little bit. But anyway,
not bad. Okay.
He has he has mixed kids, so I think he's showing that ethnicity to show his kids, like, hey, there are other there are people like you in the comic book world, not just white characters or So I mean, I don't really necessarily have a problem with them changing stuff. I have a problem with not bringing in new characters with new power sets. I mean, change somebody's ethnicity and that, okay, whatever. But bring in some new mutants. I mean, bring in somebody.
Now there's a moratorium on mutants. Thanks, Fox.
I know.
Thank you,
I
Fox.
know.
There's a moratorium on mutants. Anyway, man. So it's 8:00. We're gonna go over just a few more minutes more. But let me ask you, GamerGad, what are you looking forward to most? Like, as far as like movies, we know Logan's getting ready to come out. I think it's either next week or the week after. No, yeah, it is next week Friday.
3rd.
Yeah, next week Friday. Logan's getting ready to come out.
March 3rd.
Yeah, March 3rd. So
yes.
What else are you looking forward to as far as like movies, whether it's this year or whether it's on TV? What are you looking forward to next? That's coming up.
I'm looking forward to the Logan movie next.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The early reviews are amazing.
Yep.
You got X-23 in there. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That Logan movie. Let's put this on the table. I hate all the other Origin Wolverine movies. I hate them all.
Okay. All right. Now look. I'm gonna start caping for the Wolverine. Okay. The Wolverine actually was good to me, dog. I'm sorry.
What?
Yes, the Wolverine was good to me, man. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say it was a perfect movie, but as far as like a Wolverine solo movie, if you take out that nasty ass third arc, that was a good movie, man. I liked it, man. It was violent.
Get him out of here, hey, Gad, get him out of here. Get him out of here, bro.
Man,
Tell him to jump off the couch, B.
You can't kick me out, bro. I'm the host of the show. Anyway, so like I was saying, I liked it because it was violent. It really cut loose, and I thought the chemistry between Yuriko and Logan was really good. I liked seeing them together, even if it was like a buddy movie. I thought it was really good. And even the story was pretty dope. I hated Silver Samurai. I ain't gonna front. I hated Silver Samurai and the way they did that. That was garbage. But everything else about the movie, I liked. I'm sorry. So,
dude, we can spend an hour talking about that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
We can spend hours talking about that. I hated all the Wolverine movies, man.
Yep.
And this is like the first one where I'm like, okay, I like what they're doing. And it may have taken Deadpool, coming out with the R rating in order for them to do what they're doing now. So it's like it may have just been like a blessing in disguise. Like, okay, like R-rated comic book movies actually work. So now we can do this. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. March 3rd, I'm excited about that. Guardians 2.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that as well as what's to come with the whole Avengers saga, man. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
No, my man
because
didn't even say I didn't give him a chance. You didn't even say Spider-Man, dude.
Hey, I was getting there, man.
Okay, you was getting my bad.
Let the man speak.
I was getting there.
Okay.
I was getting there. So I was when I first saw the preview to Civil War, I think that's when they debuted the new Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they revealed the new Spider-Man. Yeah. So when I first saw the preview and like how OG his costume is and how his eyes like sort of like in the preview, I was like I sort of like moved a little bit. I was like, oh shit. And then seeing the trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming, man, I'm super excited about it. Honestly, don't kill me, man. I kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man movies as well, though.
I did too.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
I did too from the standpoint of I liked the suit. I thought
suit was nice.
In action, it was the best Spider-Man we had ever seen before. As far as like him moving around the city, it wasn't organic web shooters, even though I didn't mind the organic web shooters, even in the comics when they had it for a little while. I didn't mind organic web shooters, but making Peter actually a scientist and making him smart, I like that part. There were some problems with the Amazing Spider-Man movie. I'm not gonna front. But I thought they were kind of on the right track, and I think with a much better script, it could have been better. Rhino was a fucking waste. Like why'd they even put him in that movie in Amazing Spider-Man 2? Like, for real. Like, what was his purpose? What was he there for? And they wasted Dane DeHaan as Harry Osborn. They should have had that as more of a slow burn because I think he would have been phenomenal as Harry Osborn. Yeah, so that's just me.
I agree with that, and I'm not so sure about Jamie Foxx either.
Oh,
so,
there's
that.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah,
there is that.
There is that. Yeah.
What can you do, man?
What can you do? Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. I ain't gonna front. That was pretty bad. Okay, so
but I like the lineup coming up, man. Black Panther looks good.
Yes. Yes.
I like who they casted for him. I like his look. I'm extremely excited about that movie as well.
Let him talk to Sean for real, man. our friend Mega Sean, he's a
Black Panther fan.
He wanted to be Black Panther so bad.
It's not even that
he's a fitness trainer, so he
basically what it is with Black Panther, he feels that Black Panther doesn't look it as far as physically.
Yeah,
because
you got to understand our boy Sean. being a fitness trainer, he knows better than anybody that as far as the human body goes, there's literally no excuses why some of these actors cannot look aesthetically just like they were ripped from the comic book pages. Now, give Henry Cavill credit because he's the best physically looking Superman we've ever had. But when you look at Anthony Mackie as Falcon, he was like, look at them legs, man. He got chicken legs. What the hell is this, man? Same thing with Chadwick Boseman, man. He was like, the fuck is this, man? He was like, look at this. It's all padding. It's not even really him. It's like, get in the gym, dog. And we could go on all day about Megatron talking about how there must be some conspiracy because you look at Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth, they look good physically, but when you look at Chadwick and you look at Anthony, they slacking. So there must be some edict from Hollywood saying that you cannot look better than your white counterparts. I don't completely agree, but You know what I mean?
Something's going on in the water, brother. Something's going on.
I don't know, man. I'm just speaking in terms of. I guess I didn't pay close enough attention to like his physical like attributes. His acting potential is he's up there to me, man. So like as far as casting wise, I mean, I know he's gonna do a hell of a job with the acting aspect of it. But you know, hey, I'll leave the physical part to the trainers and people like that out here. But I mean, it looks like it's gonna be good, man. And I like him in Civil War, so we'll see.
Right. All right. So
No doubt.
we've gone about 10 minutes over. I think we're gonna try and wrap up the show. But let me ask you, what GamerGad? What's you got any upcoming projects? You're gonna be going to any concerts, anything like that? What's going on with you, brother?
Yes. So E3, I'll be there.
Okay.
Ooh,
Shouts out to them making it open to the public.
Yes.
I was super excited about that. But no, as far as music is concerned, man, I got a song called Bananas 2.0. The first one's already out. There's a video on YouTube for it. Bananas 2.0 is coming out. I'm bringing back Sky Blue for it, as well as adding MC Lars to the mix. So that joint is going to be dropping in a couple weeks. I also have a new album coming out. It's called Caribbean Trips to Athena. So that's in the process, in the making. Other than that, man, we'll be you'll be seeing a lot from me, man. I'll be dropping some freestyles here and there. I'm gonna try to like go to as many cons as I can just to feed the inner nerd. Right. And we're gonna go from there, man. We're gonna go from there.
All right, bet. So so where can they find out more about you? Like, where's your website? Where can they find out more about GamerGad?
More about GamerGad. Official website is whoisgamergad.com. You can get New Game Plus Plus, which I dropped this past December. You can get that right now. You can get the first New Game Plus. That's also available on there. Those are my first 2 EPs. Get caught up, man, because we got a lot of music coming up these days. We got a lot of videos coming out. So start there. This is off New Game Plus Plus, and it's called Burning. So going forward, man, you're gonna get a lot more from me in terms of.
Got my spaceship gassed up. I don't even know if I can keep the gas up.
Hey,
he loves hearing his own voice, man. Look at that, man. He loves hearing his own voice, man.
What else I
I
need
need a
to say,
shawty
man?
that's banging and like she a kid.
What else I need to say?
That is my aim. Let me know I got money to make, never had it. I grew up an addict, I'm dope. So if you like to escape and get higher than moons, then I would assume you fucking with the villain right here, right now.
So we'll stay in touch.
Out of air right now, see the rent still.
No, we gonna have to talk about these fighting games some more, man.
Oh, absolutely. When we
I've
do
been
our
at the
game
bottom
night,
and you gotta
we gonna
see it
hit
to
you
know.
up
I've been a
get
dog
you
to
in,
the women that love me,
get
but
you in
fucking man, you gotta
fighting
see it to
against each
grow.
other.
Out of it, all like this life is a game
Hey,
you play. My nigga don't mean that you hate him. My nigga might mean that you hate him. My nigga on how do you code?
So
I do
for
not know.
for Kenshiro, for SuperNerd and for GamerGad, I'm Kenshiro. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Peace out.